Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Jesus TV, my return subscribers. Thank you so very much for always coming around, for viewing my channel. Thank you so very much. My new viewers, you're welcome to this space, Jesus TV, where we bring all the gist that we'll hear to this space, and of course your opinions count. I usually ask my subscribers, my listeners, to at least drop their own opinions. I just bring gists, and of course, yes. So I heard that they said Aaron Okuku, I don't know how it is pronounced, that because of the way allegedly they connived, Olori Ashley and other people in the palace connived with each other. They all came together to manipulate Queen Naomi out of the palace, to push Queen Naomi out of the palace, that it has invited Aaron Okuku in the palace. Yes, and you all know what that means. That means a deadly sickness, disease. So, and that they've been telling the king that he must go ahead to allegedly to perform the rituals to bring back Queen Naomi. The two things that are involved: either perform the rituals for you to let go of her so that she can go and marry whoever she wants to marry, or perform the final rituals, since you said that since a king cannot be disgraced publicly. Anybody that does that, there are rituals that they perform for the person to come back. So because of what they said Queen Naomi did, calling out the king on social media, which was not supposed to be so, a ritual has to be performed for her to be back to the palace. Now, as for the people that pushed her out of the palace, that they have incurred the wrath of the gods, because apart from Queen Naomi giving the prophecy, apart from God giving Queen Naomi the prophecy that the king is her husband, was as in before she married the king, she was saying that, and a lot of people were like, how can you be a prophetess and you're marrying a traditional man? What's this and what's that? They said the Ifa priest, they also saw that because before you marry the king, they have to go all through all those sections to find out if this person is the right person for the king or the right person for that palace. So they said that allegedly that Olori Ashley was involved, and okay, now the sickness has been incurred, that a lot is going to happen, allegedly. Another thing is that you all know that Olori Ashley is the, what is that her title? Oodua. Yes, Oodua, meaning the mother of water, of Oodua, like the gods. So she's not even hiding it, like she's serving water. You understand? She's giving what belongs to Caesar, and what belongs to God. Like, she doesn't hide. You all already know her spiritual aspect. For the people that said, what are the things she's doing in the palace, or what are the things she does in the palace, you already know. She's spiritually there. You understand? So for her to have collected, she's not you understand, it is true, nobody can take that title from Queen Naomi, yeyeluwa of Ile-Ife, meaning the mother of Ile-Ife. There's nobody that can take that title. In fact, that title, because of that, nobody could take it. That was why they were advised. Olori Mariam had to go for her own title. Olori Ashley had to take her own title. Yeye Oodua. Yes. Oodua. So she is a traditional person. She worships the goddess of the sea. I mean, she does a lot to see that if there is balance in the palace, in her own aspect, in her own spiritual way. So the story now is that they are saying she was involved, but the other thing that we're all seeing is quite different, because I mean, the gods are still with her, and that was why they also blessed her with a male child. Do you understand? And she's doing well, serving them well. So I also heard that it is true that she was Queen Naomi's friend when Queen Naomi was in the palace. But according to what they said, she said she was never the one that pushed Queen Naomi out of the palace. She never told her to leave the palace and all that. Yes, allegedly, she must have seen she and the king in a compromised situation, posture, way, but she never pushed anybody out of the palace. And she said that with or without Queen Naomi, that she has been ordained from the spiritual reign to get married to the king. Like, you all know how this thing works in Yoruba kingdom. Like, a lot of babas, they see, a lot of ifas, they see the future, they see they also see a past life of people. So that was how this was actually confirmed, that this was the way it was supposed to be. You can remember when somebody said, and this person in one of the comments, I think I forgot where I saw that, allegedly the person said that every other person that married the king, every other woman that married the king, are like, there are 6 women that she said 3 of them or 4 of them paid their way through to be married to the king, but only 2 women did the king marry out of his whole heart, out of his own will. Why? Because without those women around him, one he married for love, one he married because it has been ordained. Do you understand? Without those women that he cannot stand. And you all know there was a time Olori actually said, according to them, allegedly, that she was going back to the UK and she's not coming back anymore, because it was very hot then in the palace. That was when Queen Naomi was about to leave the palace, and a lot of fingers were pointing at Olori Ashley. I mean, she got it hot. Like, everybody, literally everybody, like, were on her case. You cannot stay in your place. Why are you always in the palace? Even if you're doing, why can't you stay in your quarters? Because they gave her a quarter for whenever there are festive period for her to come and perform her rituals, what she's supposed to do. Like, she's not supposed to cross to the other side where the king is. She's always crossing her lane, even if there is function, she will always be in front, wanting to dance with the king, trying to steal the spotlight and everything. So there was a time she said she was not staying in the palace again. She was not coming back to Nigeria. Like, they should look for another person. It's not every woman, every lady that will want to do what Olori Ashley is doing. Like, carry the tradition on her head. Like, want to appease. Like, she's not even ashamed of, like, I'm a water person. Do you understand? I'm a water woman. She does whatever she does effortlessly. She's not hiding her belief. Just like when Naomi never hid her belief, like, I'm a born-again Christian. There are lines that I cannot cross. She didn't hide. She's not hiding hers. So she said she was no longer interested, that she was going back to the UK to stay there, and yes, that she's not doing again. The Ifa priests, the Iyanifa, the elders, they all had to come together to plead with her, because that aspect that Olori Ashley handles is very, very crucial, is very, very essential in every festival that they perform, every ritual. She must have to be there to perform her rituals, and she does it effortlessly. They can't find any other person in the palace. You remember when she was pregnant, that she was pregnant with her child. She couldn't come to Nigeria, and yes, she was, before she went back with her early pregnancy, before she went back, she was grooming her sister Oloronke to help fill in the position, since she was already familiar with the royal stuff. She too, she's from a royal home in Ile-Ife, so she's already familiar with the royal stuff. It didn't work. Like, she couldn't, nobody, the gods were not pleased. Nobody does it better than Olori Ashley. Do you understand? So now they are saying that, I mean, she used her spiritual powers then to manipulate Queen Naomi. I mean, that is the bone of contention, allegedly. Bone of contention now, that she used her spiritual powers where she was not supposed to use it, and this and that and this. And yes, but the thing is that they cannot put all the blame on her, because this was a woman in love with the king. And of course, since they have been ordained from spiritual realm, they've been ordained from child, before they even gave birth to them, to be man and wife from their past life. Even she, Olori, actually granted the interview, and she said it there, that it was actually meant to be. So they overlooked that aspect. So according to the gist now, they are saying that the disease might spread in the palace if they don't do everything possible to bring back Queen Naomi, because the king, according to the Ifa priest, the king must marry up to 7 women for the prophecy to be completed. And they have reminded him that, oh, he just married 6. He has not completed it, and he is this happy, and he became even more wealthier than he used to be. And of course, he has been praying to God for more male children, because Queen Naomi was the first woman that gave him a male child. I don't know about outside. The first wife, the wife that he married, that gave him a male child. And after that, when he now started praying to the gods and, married the women that he was supposed to marry, he has 2 more male children, which is part of the promises made to him by the gods when he fulfilled his own part by marrying 7 wives. So the thing is that, I don't know, all these gist that I've been hearing and all these gist I've just told you people now, in my own opinion, it still feels like, because there was a time Olori Ashley was trying to reach out to Queen Naomi, and even wished her happy birthday and all that, trying to reconcile with her. Yes, it is true, she married her friend's husband. They were not best of friends, but at least they've met parts, they were friends then, good, fine. But she's not the only person that is married to the king. And with or without Queen Naomi, the king will still marry women or even date them, even in her presence as a king. You all know the culture, you all know the tradition. Anyways, I just hope that this aspect of the disease is just false, because I mean, they've been doing everything humanly possible to appease the gods of the land, and of course to give what belongs to him, and what belongs to God. Thank you also very much for always coming around for viewing my channel. Please, if you've not subscribed to this channel, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like and share my videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day. Bye.